Hi, welcome to Al Tarot. Today's session is what am I not telling myself? I've done this one before, but I think it's a very powerful intention / question, because sometimes as humans we tend to hide things from ourselves, especially if it creates some sort of like lack or fear. So for card one, it's the Seven of Pentacles. For card two, it's the Moon card. And for card three is the Ten of Pentacles. So just sit with these cards and I'll meet you at your reading. Hi, pile number one. Thank you for joining. So the intention for the reading is, what am I not telling myself? And I already see that you've been waiting for something to grow. But I also think that things grow. Sometimes it grows really fast and sometimes it grows really slow. And I think everything has its timing. So I know it's very, like, you could be a little bit impatient for whatever you're wanting it to grow. Like perhaps you have a channel and you want it to start growing quickly, or you're building a new friends group and you've been isolated for so long that you just want to connect and just go out and travel and just do things with your friends. And that takes time to build trust. Also, perhaps you're changed your mind about money and you're trying to manifest and you're like, why isn't this working? I feel like you're doing the right things. You just have to give it time and patience. For manifesting, you have to just completely detach from the outcome. So that may actually be preventing things to come in quicker. All right, let's see what else. The Hope card. I apologize, I haven't gotten my nails done, so if you see a nail missing, that probably happened after this. So obviously there's like hope, that there's a lot of like hope, anxiety for things to move quickly, but that energy that you feel, that hope and kind of exciting, kind of like, oh my God, that actually creates this like moment where you become disappointment because it's not, or you don't receive what you wanted to receive, or it's not quick enough. So that creates a cycle and a kind of a looping where you go through these phases. So to be honest with you, I think that if you're in that energy of excitement, can't wait, oh, grow, or I hope things start moving faster, like seriously consider doing some breath work, sitting with yourself in stillness for a little bit, and it's going to help your nervous system regulate a little bit. I feel like that's exactly the medicine you need right now. All right, let's see what else comes through. And I guess the other message is, it is coming, just chill. Take a chill pill. Oh. Eight of Cups. Yeah, so there's been transitionings in your journey. You've had to leave people, have to leave some cycles. You're doing integration, and all that is causing your nervous system to be anxious. So you might be feeling a little anxious, a little loopy. Breath work. It's what's going to help. Meditation, stillness, quiet times, nature, even a talk with your therapist, that's going to help. You've been through a lot of transformation, a lot of transitional moments with friends, relationships, jobs. Give yourself some time to take a breath, rest, recover from all of that before thinking about what comes next. Trust me, I'm the same way. The Knight of Wands. So interesting, when I'm getting with this card here with everything else, I think you are going to get a friend that is going to help you process your emotions, your energy, and stuff like that. I think that he's going to be God sent, or she. It's obviously a masculine energy, but they're going to help you through it, because I think they've already gone through what you're going through right now. If I were to use language that is very new age, it's like you just did a timeline jump and your nervous system is trying to figure itself out. So you might be waking up anxious. You might be waking up not being able to go to sleep. You start scrolling, trying to like fall back asleep. Those aren't good coping mechanisms for what you're going through. Sitting with what you're feeling, with the energy that's coming through, stop running away from your feelings, the energy that is uncomfortable, and your nervous system is going to be like, oh, okay, this is safe. Because the moment you start running away from it, it's going to start thinking that it isn't safe, and you'll attach yourself more to that type of energy. So yeah, you're going through a lot. Let's see. Page of Wands. I think some traveling would be good for you, some exploration. But to be honest with you, I feel like being an observer for this period of time and not giving things meaning, like feelings. You could feel your feelings, absolutely, but don't give it meaning. Just allow them to kind of go through you. Time travel, that's what I'm getting. So some of you might be able to meditate your way into like remote viewing or traveling through time. I mean, if you're listening to this and you're on my channel, then you're super woo, and there you are. So that might be a new thing that you can do. So congratulations. And that takes time to figure it out. I remember when I started doing like mediumship training, which I need to get back to, by the way, because I would love to do that again. But when I started doing it, I questioned myself about everything, and it didn't become fun anymore. It became more like another reason to doubt myself. So I'm actually starting training again, and this time with a new perspective. It's about fun. It's about observation. It's about not giving things meaning and not judging yourself or taking yourself too serious. It's about really just exploring, being present, and curious. All right, let's see. The Chariot. Then things will start moving quickly. So I think, see, it's slow, right? So before we continue, I'm going to say real quick before I lose this thought, the thing you're not telling yourself is that you're in the beginner's like you're just starting your journey. Even though it feels like you've been doing this healing stuff for years, you're just starting your journey, your metaphysical journey, your integration journey, your new world journey, your new phase. So you have to give it time and give yourself time to breathe it through. Your nervous system is still getting used to the new energies, the new levels of even new identities. Maybe you're starting from nothing, like you've left everything behind. So your nervous system's trying to figure it out. And I think that you definitely need a guide through this, somebody that has already done this before. And I think the right person will come into your life to help you through it. So the number one thing that I think would be so important for you during this period of time is breath work. Don't give anything meaning. No relationships meaning. If something's happening or not happening, don't give it meaning. Don't attach yourself to the outcome. Stay curious. Become an observer. And becoming an observer doesn't mean detached from yourself. It just means pay attention, be present, and allow things to come through. Your nervous system's trying to figure out what's good and what's bad. And you have to be okay with retraining your nervous system to think that there is no good or bad. It's just experience. And that's an evolved nervous system to a higher level. It's amazing. So really take your time with this. You can't rush this right now. The Wheel of Fortune. All right. This is what I'm getting. I truly think you're going to get some sort of fund for the work that you've done. I truly think that we're entering into a phase where the universe is going to start like handing stability to people that have gotten to where you are now. Energetically, we're helping the collective. I feel like we're one of the waves that came in to help transform the world. We're the transformers. And because we've been so driven and healing the collective, by healing ourselves, we heal the collective. That's just how it works. That I think for the next phase of life, it's going to move quickly, right? As you start learning how to cope with your nervous system. But I also think it's going to slow down I think you'll be more selective in the jobs you take. I think you'll be able to be more expansive in the things you do. So you might be traveling a lot more if that's something that you're interested in, or you'll be able to take more classes and courses that will continue to expand your wisdom and your knowledge. Because this is kind of like a gift and a great job, well done. And I don't think it's going to be relying on you in any way. So don't try to manifest it. Don't try to give it a timing. I know it's rough out there, job-wise. I'm there with you, bud. Like, I know. Just trust that it's going to happen because it is. The timing thing, it's unknown. I feel like it's different for everyone. But if you start receiving that wisdom, that knowledge, that stability, those financial gifts, I would love for you to put a comment on this channel so that I'm like, okay, so it's coming true. Everything that I'm sensing, that I'm seeing, it's coming online. So yeah, please, that would be helpful for everyone that's actually listening to these readings. Okay. So this last message, let me cover that up. I'm not sure if you're allowed to do that. The message that I'm getting with that, there's two messages. I think that and to be honest with you, I don't know if I believe this, but I'm gonna say what it's coming through. I think there's a war, and I'm not talking about a physical war like the United States with some other country. I'm talking about there's a spiritual, energetic war that is still at play right now. And I feel like once that energy is gone and it's over, which I think within the next 6 months, I feel like that's going to happen. I think most of us can potentially start seeing changes within the next 2 to 3 months. I also think that you can't listen to those types of energies. So if you're into conspiracy theories, or if you're into like dark magic, or you need to just go cold turkey on those energies, because right now we need all of you that are going through this transformation clear and out of the gutter. So being careful where you're scrolling and what you're watching is going to be really, really important. All right, one more. I know I said that earlier, but I just feel like I need to pull one more. The King of Wands. So I definitely feel like your body, your energy system, your auric field is your kingdom. Don't abuse it, don't misuse it. Bring light to it daily, so things can continue to move quicker. Not only in your field, but in the fields of others. I truly think you're one of those champions that came here to guide, hold space for the collective so that they could grow. And honey, you're going to get paid handsomely for it. All right, I think that's your message. Thanks, pile number 1. If you want to dive in deeper into your own message, I do have a link on the description section. Just click it and book a reading with me. All right, thanks. Hi, pile number 2, and welcome. So, what are you not telling yourself? It's interesting because you have the Moon card here, and there's somebody right behind you. Oh, and by the way, I'm in between getting my nails done, so don't judge me. All right, let's see. It's so interesting. Beneath the surface. Look at that. So you have beneath the surface, and then there's something beneath the surface. All right. Okay. What I am getting is that there is some unconscious programming that is controlling something. And I need some more clarification here. There's something lurking in the shadows. So there's like some sort of program. And you know what? I think I know what it is, but I need to see more. Yeah, the 8 of Wands. That's movement card. All right, I'm gonna say what came through first. Obviously, you go with that, and then what I'm getting now. I feel like, and I'm gonna get emotional with this one. I feel like there has been a belief that you can't get paid for who you are. That you've had to tone yourself, shrink yourself down because you're an intuitive, because you're highly sensitive, because you feel things. So with people like us, we have a tendency to be a little bit ungrounded, and structure is challenging. So it's not easy for us. And I know we probably have people in our lives that are like, oh my God, why can't you get it together? It's not that you don't want to get it together. It's very difficult to be grounded when you're sensing all sorts of things on the other side. And I think that belief is kind of like hindering your glow up, your resurrection. I know I'm using all these words that are just coming through, so I don't know. All right, let's see what else comes through. The Fool. Okay. The Fool does not give anything meaning. The Fool is a what do you call it? A beginner's mind. So he has no meaning to anything. So we approach that belief system that I cannot get paid for who I am and bring it to the light. It is sticky, it is dark, it might be on your back. Where do you feel it in your body? Bring it to the light and things will start moving. And your glow up is going to start, you're going to start resurrecting as a new being, as a new creature, as a capable, loving person. And I think then once you start realizing that, I think you'll be even able to ground more, able to be structured for longer periods of time. And you just have to have this detachment to these programs, right? But always be super aware of what's happening in your mind so that if something comes in, instead of judging it, giving it meaning, you become the Fool. It's like, oh, that's interesting. Let's work through it. It's just something that is interesting. There's no meaning to it. There's no judgment. You just start working through it. Oh, see, it's been causing stagnation. That's why you can't get the right job. Because of this belief system. You can't get the right job because there's this belief that you can't get the right job because of who you are. Page of Swords. Oh, God. This is not literal, so don't take this literal, but become an intern to life. You're highly sensitive, you're intuitive. Become an intern to life. So if you think you know it all, stop. Become a fool again. If you are... It's the meaning we hold on things and people and structures that is keeping us stuck. So today, I highly recommend that you set some time up to purge identity and belief systems that no longer serve your highest and greatest good. I know you've done this. You have to be doing some type of work in order to be seeing my channel, because that's what I've asked for people that are doing the work, that are intuitive, that are highly sensitive. I mean, you don't have to be woo. You don't have to be woo to do any of that stuff. But just create a list of what do you give meaning to in life that is keeping you stuck. The Knight of Swords. And I think that's going to create some momentum in your mind. I think it's like one of those like big boulders. This is a big boulder. And once you start moving the boulder, it'll become an avalanche and it'll take smaller rocks with it. And you'll feel so much lighter as a human. You'll feel so much lighter in your body, in your stomach. I think you're holding a lot of energy in your stomach. Yeah, interesting. I'm so excited to find out what you guys are working on. Obviously, I think this message is for me as well. And then the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, what are you holding on to that is keeping you stuck? What belief system? But look, once the boulders are gone, once the avalanche comes, the energetic avalanche, once you drink lots of water today, look what rises. Then you can start manifesting. I'm not saying to stop trying to manifest now. Don't be perfect. And by that I mean, because this is something that I've done in my own journey. It's like, well, I have to heal first before I could do something. No, that's not true. You could do it together. And that's very helpful because when you're doing manifesting work, then you start feeling tension, contractions in your body. So you know that there's belief systems that are keeping you from manifesting. So all of that is together is better than being linear and doing one thing and then the next thing. The Magician wants to be born. Give it space for it to be born. And so if that space is needed, you need to do some shadow work. Obviously, there's something there. Yeah. Fuck. And then you can let go of those fears that have been keeping you from living your life fully. All right, pile 2. I hope this resonates with you. It was a beautiful reading. And I hope you're not scared of the shadow work. I mean, shadow work is shadow work. I'm actually pretty good at shadow work. So there's a link on the description if you need a little help talking it through, seeing things differently, brings things to the light. I'm available. All right. See you soon. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to today's reading. What are you holding or what are you not telling yourself? Let's find out. I mean, the first card is the 10 of Pentacles. So I'm getting 2 different messages here. I think some of you perhaps felt like you didn't belong into the families that you grew up in, or some of you have had a difficult time keeping a family, like being in relationships long term, or you just want to be loved. That's what I'm sensing. I know this card usually is family is, abundance. I think that it's still true. The energy of this card is still true. But I think what you're not telling yourself. Oh God, how could I put this? All right, let me pull some cards before I say it because it's a little sensitive. Yeah, the senator. Yeah, it's definitely shadowy. I'm gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it with there's a series, a book from this. I think he's a psychologist and started seeing a channeler, and she would channel people's past lives. And I can't remember his name. I think his name is Robert. I can't remember his last name, but the books talk about how people come together, like mom and dad, and we have like karmic loops, and we're working through things. We came to experience different roles. And even though you might have had a rough childhood, a rough beginning, and if this doesn't resonate with you, please, stop it and go somewhere else. But like, I feel like everyone in your life brought you here to teach you something about yourself. Of course, it's called mirror work. And that could be very uncomfortable because, like me, growing up in a very emotional, physically abusive environment, and at some point sexually abusive environments, you're like, how did I choose this? I feel like we're playing roles for each other so we could learn and grow. And if you really want to have one of those deep moments of realizations, use ChatGPT and ask it to be honest with you. Tell ChatGPT your family members, who they are, what they've done to you, or just create this, whatever story, whatever roles you've given them, and then ask ChatGPT to be honest with you using the mirror work foundation. And this can be very uncomfortable. Tell me how they're teaching me something, reflect it to me. Because that's what I do sometimes when I'm just like, oh my God, how, and it's been very, very helpful. It's uncomfortable. It is extremely uncomfortable. Don't judge yourself. Don't give it meaning. It's just experience what it's telling you. If you could handle it. If you cannot handle it, then don't do it. Because truth can be very, very uncomfortable, and maybe we're not there where we need to be able to handle something like that. And I would go as far as to ask, what are the lessons they're trying to help me see? Because it's beautiful. It's a lot to digest. It takes a lot of integration to be able to listen to this or read this information that ChatGPT could put together. Again, disclaimer, if you could handle it, do it. If you cannot handle it, the only thing I could say is what you're not telling yourself is that you are in the right place at the right time, in the right moment. Experience life from that knowing, that understanding that, okay, I'm here. There's nothing to fix in the past. There's nothing to change in the past. Let's move forward. So if you're carrying weight from the past, it might have been keeping you stuck. So let's see what else comes through. Yeah, that was a lot, and that was hard. This is like one of those like cards that never come up. You are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. And I think that's what is happening. Crumbling down the past so you could start living your best life. And if you've been in a intense phase of healing and continue to look back, continue to figure things out, maybe it's time to stop for a while. Because I feel like now you live life, be human, experience joy, experience happiness, experience those moments where you're just sitting down and drinking coffee and you're enjoying the smell, the taste. You're breathing, and that brings so much joy to your body to get that oxygen into your lungs. Be here. It's time to forgive the past. Only do that ChatGPT exercise if you're still carrying something, a loop. But if you're not, fucking let it go, move on. And I know some things, like I said, I was sexually molested. There are some things that could be hard to move on from. But I've been doing so much work on myself that now I'm like moved on. I have to reclaim that inner child of mine and bring her back, like bring her power back. Man, that was uncomfortable as all heck. Maybe I should do a podcast about that stuff, because that's a lot of healing that I've done. But it's time to move forward, love. It's time to move forward. Let it go. Let it go. Don't stop. Don't carry it anymore. Look. See? Take steps forward. Look, she has like a Walkman, or it's a cell phone. It's a smartphone. And she's like, fuck the past. I don't need to know. Whatever. She's just moving on. The Queen of Cups. Acknowledge your emotions about it and let it go. You don't have to carry those feelings. Maybe you're placing a lot of identity on feelings, like I am mad, I am angry, or I am sad. You're not those things. You're experiencing those things, you're feeling those things, but you're not those things. It's a choice how you live your life. And I think there's going to be moments where just beautiful synchronicities are going to stop popping up for you. I just feel it in my body. Like letting go of the last cord that keeps you stuck in the past. Oh, that's just a blessing. And look, move on. Go to your new phase, your next phase, your new world. Everything has a choice. Have that choice within you to be like, you know what? I'm done. No more turning back about the past. I'm just going to be present. Look. Blessings are coming. Overflow is coming. New experiences are coming, I feel. Okay, one more card. I wish being granted. And you're going to live an amazing next phase of your life. Enjoy it. Be unapologetically amazing. And like the card said, be a badass. All right, pile 3. I hope you resonate with this reading. If you want a more personalized reading, there's a link on the description, and just book something with me. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.